Hi, I'm Carly Krouse of the Indiana Gazette, and this is our weekly high school football preview show. This week, we're reporting to you from Marion Center High School, home of the Stingers. Marion Center travels to West Shamokin on Friday to clash with the neighboring Wolves on a short trip down Route 85. With West Shamokin just joining the Heritage Conference this year, it will be the first matchup in this rivalry in the making. The Stingers are still looking for their first win, and the Wolves are 2-2 after a win over United last week. Marion Center has allowed 153 points through 4 games and has scored just 35. West Shamokin is second in the area in rushing offense, averaging 244 yards per game. The Wolves' Jacob Zoll, Devin Fairman, and Daniel Goldstrom have all rushed for more than 200 yards. In other Heritage Conference action, unbeaten Blairsville travels to Northern Cambria in a quest to improve to 5-0. The Colts are just 2-2, but could be a tough test for the Bobcats. Oronde Askew has led the Blairsville offense, rushing for 407 yards and 5 touchdowns. But Northern Cambria's defense allows just 168.8 rushing yards per game. The Bobcats have also given up just 12 points per game. Ligonier Valley remains undefeated after rolling past Penns Manor last week. The Rams are still 4th in the state 2A rankings and have blown out their first 4 opponents. Quarterback Colin Smith has thrown for a whopping 877 yards and 13 touchdowns already, and the offense averages 426.5 yards per game. Ligonier Valley travels to United on Friday. The Lions are 2-2 and are looking to bounce back after their loss last week. The conference's other 4-0 team, Homer Center, plays at Penns Manor. The Wildcats edged Northern Cambria last week after letting the Colts rally in the second half. Homer Center leads the area in passing defense and has not yet given up 200 total passing yards. The Wildcats' rushing attack has been strong behind running backs Mike McCracken, Monteo Coleman, and Jesse Lee. Penns Manor is coming off a loss to rival Ligonier Valley and hopes to pull an upset against Homer. Penns Manor's Isaiah Scott is averaging more than 7 yards per carry and has been a bright spot for the Comets this year. Purchase Line travels to Salzburg after picking up its first win last week. The Red Dragons are tops in the area in rushing offense, with quarterback Shamar Campbell leading the way. He has rushed for almost 2 times as many yards as anyone else in the area and can cause big problems for the Trojans' defense. Salzburg has scored just 26 points this season and dropped to 0-4 after a loss to Blairsville last week. In the WPIAL, Indiana hopes to snap a 2-game losing streak when Newcastle comes to town. That's a tall order against a fast and athletic Newcastle team that leads the Northwest 9 Conference at 3-0. Elsewhere in the WPIAL, Dwayne Brown is looking to get back on the field for Apollo Ridge. The standout running back led the area in rushing last season, but tore his ACL in the spring and has yet to play. His return would provide a big boost for the Vikings, who snapped a 2-game losing streak last week and faced 2-2 Burrell this week in an Allegheny Conference game. Derry won again last week despite the absence of its best player, Tyler Belega, who might not return this week. The Trojans look to go 5-0 when they take on 1-2 South Park in an interstate conference game. Derry is looking to continue its best start since 1983 when the Trojans started 7-0. To the north, Punxsutawney has another tough task as it seeks its first win. The Chucks take on perennial power Karn City, which has won 3 straight following a season-opening loss to state-ranked Armstrong.